The Venus of Willendorf and the human figure at Ain Ghazal appear to have more differences than similarities. Clearly, both of these human figures have noticeably smaller hands and forearms than the rest of their bodies. The Venus has exaggerated breasts and an outlined pubic area indicating her femininity, while the human figures found at Ain Ghazal had no clear gender indication. The Venus has no facial features, while the other sculptor used a tar-like substance called bitumen to draw the eyes. The Venus was sculpted from limestone, while the human figure has a skeleton of reed and twine covered in white plaster. The human figure is almost 3.5 feet high, which leaves the Venus of Willendorf 4 1/4 inches high, which is incredibly small in comparison. Small Paleolithic statuettes, such as the Venus, that depicted anatomical exaggeration, were significant because they served as fertility images, while larger Neolithic sculptures were among the pioneering monumental sculptures in the ancient Near East.
During the Paleolithic period, people were mostly nomads, which means to survive they had to hunt animals. They did this by using tools as weapons. The tools were mainly stone, bone, and ivory. They could make the weapons into hatchets, knives, and spearhead. The use of tools is one of the important development that took place in this time period. Paleolithic age is also the step forward in technology and religion. The Neolithic period is also called as New Stone Age. Many new advances and changes took place in this time. Agriculture and stock raising became humankind's major food sources. Humans began to domesticate plants, animals, and to settle in fixed abode. Hunters definitely settled down to organize community living in villages.
Neolithic art is said to represent human themes and concerns because after the Mesolithic transitional period, people began to be more domesticated. The Neolithic period is also called the New Stone Age. For example, they built brick homes, changed their occupation to farmers and hoarders, produced their own food, and eventually became townspeople who lived in settled communities. Also, when it came to art, they created the more human-like art. For example, the human figure from Ain Ghazal. To survive affected the production of prehistoric art by having more time spent on the basics of survival, which meant less time for anything else. Hunting and gathering takes up a lot of time. Survival first, everything else becomes secondary to that.
The Venus of Willendorf may have served as a fertility charm because of its anatomical exaggeration. In Ain Ghazal, many human remains have been found in what may appear as a garbage pit. Because the sculpture of the human figure of Ain Ghazal were buried, these sculptures' purpose might have been to appease the dead in some way. The sculptures might have also been ritually buried.
The woman of Willendorf is a statue carved from limestone from the year 30,000 BC. The statue is symbolic of the Venus figure representing goddess. The obese body of the statue has an enhanced stomach, pubic area, breast, and thighs. The body is covered with a hint of red dye to represent blood. Archaeologists believe the statue was used for multiple purposes. It is served as a good luck charm for earlier life hunters to bring the success in hunting. It was also brought for magic number because it has 7 rows of braids representing good luck.